I'm in Sweden at the minute, the country of Blade, Young Lean, and a certain canned fish that's the equivalent of a tactical nuke in Modern Warfare 2.
I love Call of Duty. True.
But while I've been traveling, there has been some huge happenings all around the TikTok sphere. Now, I have to make a concession. I make too many videos on TikTok and about TikTok. Usually because the creators on the platform, they can be quite unhinged. The thing is, to do YouTube, you need, there's some kind of level of entry. You might need a decent camera, a decent microphone, even a decent setup to get some good production quality. With TikTok, all you need is a phone and an internet connection. The phone doesn't even have to be good, and the internet connection could be from a Starbucks. So if YouTube has quite a low, bar for entry, TikTok, it's pretty much the Mariana Trench. But now, TikTok seems to be in some serious trouble and might actually be banned. And I'm not talking about Donald Trump, how he tried to ban the platform like 2 years ago, and like most online petitions, it went absolutely nowhere.
We're looking at TikTok. We may be banning TikTok. We may be doing some other things. There are a couple of options.
This could be an actual ban. Now, at the minute, lawmakers want to flat out ban TikTok, and there's been a congressional hearing in the US with the CEO of TikTok basically coming forward and explaining his case for, please don't ban me, I want to make a lot of money. Now, at the minute, there has been a fair bit of bans that people haven't really talked about. For example, in the UK, people that work in government, they're not allowed to use TikTok. Same in the US, people that work, in Congress, stuff like that, they're not allowed to have TikTok on their phone, mainly because they're worried it's spying on them and sending all the data back to China. They're mainly saying this because TikTok is owned by a parent company called ByteDance, and ByteDance does have some pretty close ties to China. Now, this sounds like a pretty boring topic overall, right? It's like no one having a mental breakdown. Where's the funny? Funny comes from the actual congressional hearing where the CEO presented his case, because it was terrible. If you're wondering, this is basically the same setup as Mark Zuckerberg in front of that hearing trial, but instead of Mark Zuckerberg being, having his ass handed to him, it was the complete opposite, because the people that were at the hearing for Congress, they do not understand how the internet works. I don't even think they could unlock a phone if they wanted to. For example, one of the biggest questions they were asking the CEO of TikTok is, does using TikTok access your home Wi-Fi network? And this isn't like a scary question like, can it get your data? Can it send data packets? No. Can it access your Wi-Fi?
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the...
So if I have a TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
To access the network, to get connections to the internet, if that's the question.
Is it possible then that it could access other devices on that home Wi-Fi network?
Congressman, we do not do anything that is beyond any industry norms. I believe the answer to your question is no. It could be technical. Let me get back to you.
Okay, I'd appreciate it if you could answer that.
The thing is, the entire hearing was just like this. It was complete shambles. TikTok is the biggest social media company in the entire planet. It has the most amount of downloads. I think second place is Instagram at the minute. But this hearing was just joke after joke. I think we all remember the hearing with Mark Zuckerberg, how terrible that was. He was like drinking from his glass of water, looking like some kind of like reptile or something. The only thing that comes close in the Mark Zuckerberg hearing was how one of the people at Congress asked Mark Zuckerberg, how is Facebook free? And he just turns around and goes, Senator, we run ads.
How do you sustain a business model in which users don't pay for your service?
True.
Senator, we run ads.
Thing is, this has turned into another situation of explaining the internet to an old person. How do I get Flappy Birds on my iPhone 3?
Mr. TikTok, if I connect my phone to the internet, does it have access to the internet? Also, Mr. CEO TikTok, why does TikTok drain the battery on my phone?
Now, even though the entire hearing was the equivalent of a Bazinga joke in Big Bang Theory for about, 5 hours straight, to be fair, he did address some more serious issues. Like, for example, does TikTok, at the request of the Chinese government, actually pull content or censor content?
The question is, are you 100% certain that they cannot use your company to promote such messages?
It is our commitment to this committee and all our users that we will keep this free from any manipulation by any government.
If you can't say 100% certain, I take that as a no. I previously referenced TikTok spied on American journalists. Can you say with 100% certainty that neither ByteDance nor TikTok employees can target other Americans with similar surveillance techniques?
Chair Rogers, I first of all disagree with the characterization that is spying. It was an internal investigation.
Yes or no? Can you do surveillance of other Americans?
We will protect the U.S. user data and fire it all from all unwanted foreign access. It's a commitment that we've given to the committee.
So I guess my question is, I wanted to hear you say with 100% certainty that neither ByteDance nor TikTok employees can target other Americans with similar surveillance techniques as you did with the journalist?
Again, I don't disagree with the characterization is surveillance, and we have given our commitments, Chair Rogers. The 4 commitments, I think it's our commitment that we will not be influenced by any government on these issues.
DOJ is investigating this surveillance right now. To the American people watching today, hear this: TikTok is a weapon by the Chinese Communist Party to spy on you, manipulate what you see, and exploit for future generations. A ban is only a short-term way to address TikTok, and a data privacy bill is the only way to stop TikTok from ever happening again in the United States.
Now, this is kind of a cop-out because I do believe him. I think it's true. I don't think there really is any kind of censorship because, believe me, I've seen some complete garbage on TikTok. But it's a cop-out because China doesn't have TikTok. They're not allowed it. They've got their own rebranded TikTok called Douyin, I think. I actually browsed it the other day with a VPN, and to say it's pro-China is quite an understatement. You know those really shitty TikToks you get where it's just like someone explaining the entire like synopsis of a film and they're not even doing it themselves. They're using like a text-to-speech program. That's exactly what they do on the Chinese version of TikTok, except it's only like pro-China films.
Welcome back. MoveU is here. Today I'll show you a 2019 Spanish thriller horror movie called Platform. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care.
One highlight of the entire hearing, though, was when one of the congresswomen was trying to like catch the CEO of TikTok out in kind of a gotcha moment, and she played a TikTok that someone made. Obviously someone very edgy. They probably think, you know, Patrick Bateman or Ryan Gosling is their father figure. And they played this terrible, out-of-touch TikTok in front of everyone to see.
Mr. Show, I'd like to direct your attention to the screen for a short video, if you don't mind. That video was posted 41 days ago. As you can see, it is captioned me as F.
So firstly, I do want to say this is kind of hilarious. Secondly, the person who made it cannot be older than 16. And I like how they kind of phrase it, that this TikTok, whoever made it, is like a threat or a danger to Congress, implying he's going to like, you know, leave his bedroom when there's a new Fortnite event going on.
You couldn't take action after 41 days when a clear threat, a very violent threat to the chairwoman of this committee and the members of this committee was posted on your platform. You damn well know that you cannot protect the data and security of this committee or the 150 million users of your app, because it is an extension of the CCP. And with that, I yield back.
Can I respond, Chair?
No, we're going to move on.
But then the worst thing about it is they don't even let him respond to it. They just play like an epic own and then they just move on. They don't even let him like say his case. The only thing I can think of which is the equivalent is talking shit to someone in a COD lobby and then muting them before they can even like say anything back. The problem is like, even though this is kind of funny, you could say that Instagram, Facebook, pretty much every other social media, they all have the same problem. Instagram, for example, I don't really use it that much anymore. All the algorithm knows is I'm over 18 and I'm male. So whenever I scroll through like the reels, I'm one of like the 6 people that actually still use Instagram reels. It's usually either a dog or just half naked women. They even start asking him questions like, for example, is the Uyghur population being persecuted in China? Now, that's a topic that is way too lengthy to go into in this video, but there are some great videos out there, like, for example, Vice, when they used to do good videos. They went to China and they saw the persecution firsthand, and they even started being stalked by undercover police at one point. Now, obviously, the CEO of TikTok dodges the question. He doesn't say yes or no, more just kind of like, you know, any kind of human rights violation is wrong, mostly because if he did agree and say yes, it's bad, and then he took a flight back to China, he would have been disappeared the next day. But this is the equivalent of like the Mark Zuckerberg trial, and then you start asking him about like the bombings that America did in the Middle East. Again, it's a horrible situation, but I don't really understand how personal opinion kind of impacts a huge company like that.
Mr. Chu, do you agree that the Chinese government has persecuted the Uyghur population?
Congresswoman, if you use our app and you open it, you will find our users who give all sorts of content.
That's not my question. My question is, do you agree that the Chinese government has persecuted the Uyghur population?
Well, it's deeply concerning to hear about all accounts of human rights abuse. My role here is to explain what our platform does on this.
It's a pretty easy question. Do you agree that the Chinese government has persecuted the Uyghur population?
Congresswoman, I'm here to describe TikTok and what we do as a platform. And as a platform, we allow our users to freely express their views on this issue and any other issue that matters to them.
Well, you didn't answer the question.
And if anything, this hearing, I really did expect TikTok to just be like groveling on their knees. But the inquiry, it really came from a place of spitefulness, mostly because I think the Western social media companies owned by Meta, like Facebook, Instagram, they're kind of falling off right now. For example, Facebook, they've taken away their path to partner, so you cannot be a partner with Facebook anymore unless you already are one, so you can't really earn any money off the site. Also, not to mention the fact, the way that Instagram and Facebook works, you could have 1 million followers, you make a post, Facebook will probably show like 5 to 10% of the people that follow you your actual posts, and then you need to pay to advertise your post. But it doesn't actually advertise your post, it just shows the people that followed you in the first place your own post. So you get soft locked out of your own following. Meanwhile, TikTok is now experimenting with a long form creative format. You know, everything on TikTok is like 6 to 8 seconds, man screams, cat falls out a window, lamau. Well, they're actually starting to experiment with more kind of longer videos that instead of being seconds long, they're minutes long. And one TikToker even came out and said that he got paid 20 times more than he did over on Instagram. All of this combined with the fact that at the hearing, they almost just start like bullying the TikTok CEO.
Madam Chair, Mr. Chu, I got to hand it to you. You've actually done something that in the last 3 to 4 years has not happened, except for the exception of maybe Vladimir Putin. You have unified Republicans and Democrats. And if only for a day, we're actually unified because we have serious concerns.
Man, he fell off.
Also, apparently behind the scenes, Meta have been kind of like, you know, pushing this ban on TikTok pretty much all across America. And that's why they're paying their creators less. They don't really care about paying creators anymore. Because if they dominate the market, they're going to have all the creators anyway. But the problem is, I feel that even if there is a TikTok ban, people aren't going to go back to Facebook. It also came out as well that a lot of people that were at the hearing that were criticizing the CEO of TikTok, they were big investors in Meta, Apple, pretty much all the Western social media companies. So if TikTok were to be banned in America, they would gain a huge amount. All of their stocks would basically shoot up, making them millions overnight, probably more. So I'm going to say some very brave statements here that might get my YouTube channel taken down. First of all, TikTok bad. America also quite bad. Facebook worse. Thank you for coming to my TED Talks.
Brave. Oh, brave. Brave. Fell off. True.
I do clap, big clap.